Today we are going to be finally unboxing FansToys Wright, aka Scavenger, and let's dive right in. Now we have the second of the gang. This one is Scavenger FT-32B. Always like to commend Shozy for the excellent packaging quality they always deliver for all their customers. Now we've successfully removed the box. Let's do a little bit of measurement for those who are interested. The box is 12 inches tall and 6.5 inches wide. Okay, so if you're wondering the dimensions, 6.5, yeah. We have here some nice box art. Let's take a minute to look through the artwork. So not bad. Looks like a nice sketch here, drawing FansToys Wright FT-32B, FansToys 2025. So this is a new production model made in China. Now this is the part I really enjoy. Let's read the box contents here. So Wright is devoted to making Earth's natural energy and mineral resources available to the Hereticon war effort through mining and salvage. He cares nothing for delicate ecosystems, a crucial water supply, nor a bunch of whining humans. He'll rip the entire planet apart if it means proving his quality to his fellow Architecticons. To accomplish his task, Wright assumes the form of an excavator construction vehicle. His bucket shovel does the double duty as both mineral locator and extraction tool, armed with ground penetrating radar, magnetic locators, and metal detectors. He swings it back and forth to scan massive areas of the terrain. His extractions under what is often pristine wilderness are destructive and careless. When he's done, nothing but desecrated wasteland remains. An insufferable complainer who thinks others and undervalue his contributions. Wright is barely tolerated by his fellow Hereticons. An adequate combatant, he plays a pivotal role in the war effort when he combines with other Architecticons to form Gargantus, the architect of destruction. So let's just kind of zoom right in here just to see the box art a little bit better. So we got a little bit of a preview here, what it looks like. He forms the arm, which we're going to do near the end of the video. Robot mode. We're going to do all the modes just to showcase everything. All right, right. Now, if you see my previous video for Scrapper, this video instruction, last I checked, it didn't work, and we're not going to do it again. So, yeah, that's the box art. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Let's open the package. This is the fun part. There we go. And I can't stress this enough, folks. The best toys come in styrofoam packaging. Oh, look at that. Okay, so let's put this aside for a second. We got the instruction manual. Okay, so we have here the instruction manual, of course, in sandwich Ziploc bag protective covering. Open it up. We got his collector card here. So there's gonna be 6 that we're gonna be collecting. Okay, nice. It's like a credit card material. Okay, looks like that. Pretty cool. Okay, the instruction manual. Some parts are in English. It's got English words to it. So there's only 3 parts here. The actual robot, the gun, and looks like an attachment for the Devastator combiner mode. But yeah, we'll go through this later on. We'll review vehicle mode, which I am not looking forward to. I'm not a big fan of transforming these intricate, detailed bots. Maybe if I was 10 years old again, sure, but I just find it so time consuming. But as you can see, there's a lot of parts here, but we'll figure it out. Okay. It's on the side. Okay, now let's do the first impressions unboxing moment of what Scavenger looks like. Now I'm not gonna call him Wright. I'm just gonna call him Scavenger. It's easier, because my previous video for Scrapper, I kept calling him Gary Scrapper, Gary Scrapper, so getting kind of confusing. So I'm just gonna call the Constructicons for their cartoon name, like their original name, just to save face. Okay. All right, so here we go. First impressions. All right. I always found his leg looked a little weird, okay, because this part of his leg is the tractor part, like the wheel part. I always found it pretty strange, but you know, it is what it is. So nice. Right off the bat, he is as heavy as Scrapper, the previous Constructicon that we got 3 months ago. First impressions, not bad. Very blocky, seems very like stiff. I mean, it's brand new and all, but I just found his leg area just looks a little strange. I don't know, there's something about his leg part. I think this over here could have maybe engineered a little bit better, but I'm sure FansToys had their reasons. I always found this part really strange. Like, looks like he's wearing pants, right? Like purple pants. But overall, not bad. It's got the same quality material that we had from Scrapper from the previous videos. And it's got this little excavator here in the back. Yeah, it looks like a lot of fun. We'll play in some more detailed poses later on. But yeah, overall not bad. But let's do some accessory checks. Let me just put them down here for a second, standing up. Let's just leave them down here like this for a second, just to look over the other accessories. We got another horn. We got ourselves a nice metal trumpet like before. Pretty cool. His blaster. This is like a intergalactic Uzi or something with a scope. Pretty cool. Okay, so just to go over the package contents again, we have the robot, the trumpet, the gun, instruction manual, and the collector card. So we'll flip over to a different angle just so that we can go over the other fine points. All right, so first things I want to point out, guys, when I tried to stand this guy up, I was having a hell of a time because the bottom of his leg here, you'll see, has no standing support at the back. So I was thinking, what the hell, what were they thinking? FansToys couldn't have been that negligent to create a badass looking toy, but look at the way it's standing, right? So lo and behold, if you look underneath, there's a little peg here. If you push it, this little groove here, so this comes off. Oops, see that? This part comes off. So if you're wondering if this is going to be a problem, if you're not, I was close to giving this a bad rating because of the poorly designed foot. There's a little button at the, you got to press down here. Hold on. There. See that? Comes right out. So that acts as a support when you stand the guy up. All right, so Scavenger got his points back. I would hate to give this guy a bad rating. He does look pretty badass. Again, his legs were never his fine points. I mean, for what it is, it's not bad. I just found, it looks like he's wearing pants. When I was a little boy and I used to watch Transformers, I used to look at his action figure and say, hey, like that's his legs. Like, how does that even bend? But that's the engineering that they had. We'll go over the other vehicle mode and combiner mode near the end of this video. I'd like to say that threw me off, the foot, this part. When I first took it out of the box, I tried to stand it up, wasn't working, and I'm thinking, oh my god, how could FansToys possibly neglect that little detail, but I took a look at the instructions, wasn't in there, and I just had to, you know, look really closely, and it was actually right there. So this little peg here saved the day. So don't front when you first open it up. It's definitely doable. All right, pretty impressed. I was going to honestly rate this 4 out of 5 because of the foot, but the fact that he's standing, I give him 4.5 out of 5. I'd say that he's not entirely perfect. I think Scrapper had more like pizzazz in him. This one, I don't know, just I think it's his legs. It just bothers me. I think just the look of it. I mean, you know, it's fine, it's good. The joints are stiff. You know, the material's nice, you know. Packaging always a plus. So yeah, I'd give this one 4.5 out of 5, just for the sake he has funny looking pants. Now, if you're wondering how much this costs, Shozi was selling this for 243 Canadian. I got this right before Trump announced those tariffs. I mean, I don't really know what's honestly going on with those tariffs. Shozi delivered it to me with no extra fees or whatever. Highly recommend those guys, by the way. They've been solid throughout the years, and the tariffs, when it came to this one, didn't affect it whatsoever. So again, do look into it before you buy anything, because you don't want to get slammed by excessive fees. But when it came to tariffs, I didn't have to worry about it. All right, so just take note of that, especially if you're in Canada, that it's not an issue. Okay, first impressions, pretty good. I am excited to do the 360 turntable. We'll come up with a couple of poses, and of course, if you stay in the video, we'll review vehicle mode and combiner mode. All right. All right, this part of the video, we're going to talk about vehicle mode for Scavenger. And right over here, we have the robot fully transformed into vehicle mode. You have two parts here. We have Scavenger, and as you can see here, it's the combiner part that was actually located inside here. When I first started opening this up, I realized, wait a minute, where's the combiner part? Because when I was looking through the manual, I noticed that the part was missing from the styrofoam container. Now, if you take a look at this part over here, you'll notice this part was missing something inside. So I automatically assumed that it was missing. I contacted Show Z, but lo and behold, after I transformed the robot, it turned out it was actually right inside here. I'll show you this little part that comes right out. It was actually located right inside here. So if you ever pick one of these up and you're wondering where this part is, it was actually located inside there. So fear not, it comes with the combiner part. I also took this out of the part here because inside it was sitting down, transformed nice and snug. But I noticed every time I tried to close this part of the vehicle mode, it wasn't going through, like it wouldn't snap. So this is the thing I found about these toys, is a lot of the joints are really tight and I don't want to force it, just like I did with the video with Scrapper. When I transformed it into vehicle mode, I didn't want to force it because, you know, this toy is about 240 Canadian and I'm not about to break it, so I didn't want to risk it. I did remove it. It was inside here, so I left it outside, but just wanted to point out that you can actually transform this successfully by removing it. Now you'll see here, when I lock it in, it fits nice and snug. You just kind of, there's a groove there that you see those, you see that groove there? It's supposed to stick in there and there, so you know it's properly set. And this over here, those joints cover that part, and then the back part locks in like that. Pretty solid construction. I gotta say that I like this a lot better than Scavenger's transformation. Not a big fan of transforming these FansToys Transformers, to be honest, only because if you look at the manual, it was really difficult to follow and there's a lot of complicated steps. It took a while, to be honest. I mean, it's doable, it's really time consuming. Scavenger in vehicle mode, pretty decent, really cool. It doesn't pivot, like this part here doesn't turn. It just sticks to the way you see it here. The only thing that moves is the crane part. What I found nifty was this part here. It rotates this way. All right, so if you want to display it in vehicle mode, which I don't know why you'd want to, it's not bad, but not really my favorite either. Let's take a look at this part. Now this was the fist that Scavenger is going to turn into once we turn it into combiner mode. The fist over here, look at it. It's got a lot of articulation. It looks really, really good. Now in the next segment in my video, I'm going to make sure that we transform Scavenger into the piece for Devastator. So we'll have them ready and set, and we'll have the leg from Scavenger previously and set it aside, and we'll take a look at the two side by side. All right. Okay, folks, here comes my favorite part of the video, combiner mode. Now, this was surprisingly a pain in the ass to put together, especially this part over here. But as you can see here, massive Constructicons looking glorious. We have here Scavenger, Scrapper from the previous video, 2 out of the 6 Constructicons, 4 to go. And man, just the sheer size of these guys. So just to give you an idea, okay, here's a measuring tape. This guy is around 11 inches long. I mean, it's the same size of the leg, if you ask me. If you go like this, yeah, you can see that they're both right around the same size. Here, just like lay it down like this. You can see there, yeah, they're about 11 inches long in height, rather. And yeah, just first initial thoughts on this. This was this area here was really tricky to put together, especially this over here. Now this part here threw me off because I didn't realize it was actually inside here, but good thing it was, because you know, I would be really pissed off if Show Z sent me a product that had a missing piece, but it was actually inside Scavenger here. And the fist looks glorious. Look at this articulation, guys. That is some quality right here. Now, you can just imagine how big Devastator is going to look like once we put everything together. The build is pretty solid. I'd say combiner mode, I give this one perfect score, 5 out of 5. The only thing that got me riled up was see these pegs here? These had to go in the groove nice and snug, otherwise it was flying all over the place. But once I got it in, everything is fine and dandy. You know, you want to make sure that you get the quality you deserve, and oh boy, as you can see in both of these guys, I think we got something going on here. All right, and just for demonstration's sake, we got a can of pop here for this real life comparison of what it compares to with real life objects. Overall, really impressed. These two really blew my mind. This time we've got the arm for Devastator. I can't wait to get my hands on the next one. I believe it's Hook, which is going to give us the head part of Devastator, and we're going to see which one's next. Hopefully they'll come out this year. FanToys takes their time with their products, but I can see why, because they want to make sure that they perfect it. As you can see here, the build quality is just immaculate, and for $240, yeah, I totally think this is totally worth it. In my opinion, I think these toys aren't really meant for kids. Devastator's always been the iconic combiner, and I knew I had to get my hands on it once I knew they were making them for FansToys. Superion's out right now too, but yeah, I think I'll stick to this one first and see how it goes. And if things work out space-wise, I might just get the aerial bots next, but we'll see, we'll see. For now, we got the Constructicons to work on. And if you guys haven't got a chance, folks, make sure to subscribe to my channel, and we'll be sure to review the rest of the Constructicons. All right. Okay, folks, so that about wraps up my video presentation here for FT-32B, aka Wright, aka Scavenger. If you found value in my video presentation, please support my channel by subscribing, hit the bell notification for future updates. And for now, I want to say thank you for watching, and we'll catch you next time. Bye for now.